All right, hello everybody. Welcome to coronavirus update number 8. It is approximately 6:17 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. So things are starting to look better than they were. Not saying it's time to go outside again, but things are starting to align where they're starting to look positive. I'm not saying that it's time to go outside yet, but things are looking a lot better than they were before. Now, I'm going to give people a couple of minutes to go ahead and join, and after that, I will begin stuff. So, anyways, so like I said, I'll give people a little bit to go ahead and join, and we'll just discuss. And things are looking really good. Not to say that, I mean, we're still in this battle, but we have made significant progress. I'm not saying it's over. It is far from over, but we're starting to finally see progress, which I think is fantastic. Not saying we're definitely not out of the woods. I agree. But the fact that we're at the point where we are just about in the middle of this crisis. So I might do another video a little bit later on tonight. And this is just a little bit earlier. I might do an 8 and a 9. Because like I said, there's lots of stuff going on. So like I said, things are starting to look good. And I do think that we're gonna get through this. I think with people practicing social distancing, limiting their trips, I think we're really, really gonna make this work. I think we're at the top of the apex. I think if we keep doing what we're doing now, I think we're gonna see even better results in the next week or so. But let's not jump to conclusion all the way to say let's start it now. Let's be smart. And let's stay inside. Let's keep doing what we're doing, because the more that we keep doing now, the better things will be once May comes. And the quicker that comes, the quicker I can get on a train and I can get out to malls. I can film elevators again, and it's hard. I mean, it was hard to give up Sears at Smith Haven. I'll admit that. But, and in the midst of a pandemic, it's I wouldn't say necessarily worse. I think he's he said it because he needed to say something, but I think I think the April 29th New York pause thing, because the governors of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, they all work regionally. So I think if Cuomo tells Ned Lamont and Phil Murphy April 29th is the day, then ultimately they're going to have to agree to April 29th. So I'm not saying Governor Murphy is bad. I'm not going to say my opinion on him. I'm not going to say what party political affiliation I'm in. He's not a bad person. I think, he's done some things that are necessary. I think closing parks, though, went a little bit too far. I think what he should have done with the parks is he should have kept the playgrounds and the recreation areas closed. Yes. But now people can't even go hiking on trails with keeping a 6-foot distance. I mean, there is a point where the line has to be drawn, and I think that's a point where the line needs to be drawn, because there are people who live in apartments and they can't even go for let's say a hike, So what, they're going to walk around? And not even that, in some towns, they can only stay out for 10 minutes and then they have to go back inside. Some people need more than 10 minutes to stay outside of their house. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. But anyways, but the good news is we're at the point where we're pretty much at the top of the mountain. I did say April 8th, not too many days off, maybe 3 days off. So it's not bad. Again, if you guys would like me to show you the charts, just leave a little comment in the chat and I will be more than glad to go ahead and share the chat with you. By the way, guys, also make sure too that you support your local restaurants. I just had a fantastic meal from BJ's Restaurant and Brew House, the one at Teterboro. make sure to support your local restaurants. I know it's tough because you sit there, but I think with taking out, these essential workers, these are the people that, your waitresses and waiters, they might not be in work right now, but once May hits, things will be back to normal. It's just that simple. We can't keep the country closed forever. So, regarding the charts, and I did want to show this today because New York, I believe, has hit their highest peak. Um, and I think the country as a whole is pretty close. I think the reason why they're saying that is because they don't have a good enough vaccine right now. But trust me, people's tone can change. If they have a major vaccine available towards the end of the summer, then I don't think we're going to get hit with it in the fall again. It's quite a possibility, sure. But I would imagine there are so many medical professionals out there right now and that are working their asses off, who are working overtime, and they are working hard to get a vaccine rolled out because they know this is a worldwide crisis. So I don't think it's going to come back in the fall. I don't think so. I highly doubt it's going to come back in the fall. But who knows? So, I mean, maybe not a vaccine, but some kind of treatment, I would say. I wouldn't necessarily, yeah, no, you're right. I wouldn't take it as far as saying a vaccine, but some form of treatment, whether that's the hydroxychloroquine, the Z-Tech, and you know, so yeah. Oh yeah, no, I think a fully developed vaccine will most likely take a year, but I think there's going to be other treatments available in the meantime. So, and I think those treatments will be used until the vaccine becomes available. And I know we're all going to have to get it, so don't think you can opt out of that one. Um. Oh, hello there, Garden State Elevators. How are you? Yeah, no church for me Easter. I don't even know how I'm doing Easter this year. I think this is the first time in a very long time I've had to be in New Jersey. I'm always out in Pennsylvania. So this is the first time in a while that I've actually had to spend Easter in New Jersey.
It's different, but what can you do? I'm going to try and go out there early, very early in the summer, probably towards the end of June. That's what I want to try and do. Like right when that first weekend of the sweet spot for Hershey Park, they are open up till 11. So yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking the 27th because that's right around when my summer classes end. My summer classes begin May 18th. So they begin to, you know, and then hopefully things will look good. That is a great idea, but I don't think they're going to have grand new openings. I think they're just going to open up malls again and that's it. Movie theaters, though, could be signing some trouble, and especially AMC, I think, is going to be taking the hardest hit out of all this. And unfortunately, there are some major department stores who might be having troubles. Sears, I mean, at this point, Sears is just extinct, and J.C. Penney would really stink. Neiman Marcus, I was really shocked about, but I wasn't surprised. There was not too many people in the stores. So, but yeah, it's sad. It is going to be sad about the after effects. I mean, Sears is already on a decline, so I mean, they're just gonna, they're gonna be around for another month, and then by I'd say the end of this year, they're just gonna be extinct at that point. So, yeah, I agree. I could see movie theaters not opening up till at the very least June 1st. Retail, I think, is going to come back between May 1st and May 15th. And I think movie theaters and theme parks and water parks, I could see. Well, I think theme parks and water parks, the middle of May, you know, I think that would be a really good time to open up things, though. Yeah. Yeah. Any type of theater, I think it should be closed. I highly agree. Until we can contain the virus, that's what has to be done. So, but yeah. I would say Myrtle Beach if you're thinking of South Carolina. That's a very good question, actually. South Carolina's peak is April 24th. So, yeah, I would say you're probably going to be pretty safe for August. I think because the number of cases is going to go down by June 1st, and that's going to be like 2 months after all this madness, and then yeah, guys, seriously, I cannot wait for the day until when the media stops talking about the virus. I mean, even today, I don't. I don't even watch TV at this point. There's really just no point. Excuse me. There's really just no point to do it. Honestly, to me, it's really just a waste of time. But that's just me, honestly. So. I just have to make sure these. So, yeah.
I hate when my microphone does that, but sometimes the music can get a little loud in the room next door, let's just say, and I'm not really back at college. So, yeah. Anyways. Listen, that's what I've been doing. And I've been, I've been very optimistic. You can't, you know, and the other day I had someone in the chat that said, my mom spent 5 hours watching CNN. I mean, who the hell spends 5 hours watching CNN? Like, really? That's like spending 5 hours watching Fox News. But it's like, why? Like, that's such a waste. And maybe that mom doesn't have a job or something, but damn, like you could do something much more productive than just sitting in front of the TV and watching the same thing 600 times. And then, and then the commentators and all that. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's just like enough. It's I don't know. No, it'll be safe. It'll definitely be safe to go to malls in May. Definitely. People are saying that now. I think personally because they don't know what the outcome is going to be, but it'll be safe by May to go in a shopping mall. Just maybe not a movie theater, but definitely a shopping mall. Because we have to reopen up this country again. April 30th, fine, no problem. But after that, anything after I think April 30th, in my opinion, is too much. There's a point where we have to draw the line and say, listen, we did this for a month and a half, and we need to, get back to reality. JBM Reiner. Oh. No, May 1st. Definitely not April 29th. But it does depend on what the number of cases does, and excuse me. It does depend on the number of cases and all that stuff that goes down. So. Oh man. So I don't know. Are any of you on spring break? I mean, I don't personally have a spring break, but if some of you are on spring break, definitely enjoy the time that you have. Watch a movie, play a video game or something, maybe go for a walk around the block, but definitely take advantage of that time. Like seriously, like take that time to decompose yourself, take in some fresh air, and just think like it's going to be okay. This is going to end. Things are going to get back to normal. Yes, we're still going to have to social distance when we go out. Yes, we're going to have to keep 6 feet. But there is some point where we do have to draw the line and say enough is enough. April 30th, I get it. And, so that to me, that's the limit. I get it. A month and a half. That's more than enough time for them to contain the virus. Excuse me. I had dinner and stuff, so that's why I'm coughing. I'm not sick. Don't worry, guys. A lot of malls in NJ seem to have XL maintained elevators. Yeah, I guess XL is the cheapest bidder. That's probably why. Hello, Michael Feldman. How are you? What would happen if they shut down essential businesses? Well, in New Jersey, they just cut essential business capacity by half. And now to go into a store, you have to wear a mask, which makes sense, but I don't know. I think, I mean, I respect Murphy. I'm not going to say my party affiliation on this chat because that's personal. But there's some issues that I don't really like him for. I think he went a little bit too far with closing parks as well. I think he could have kept the trails open and people would just be required to keep a 6 foot social distancing. Like, I think that's just the limit for me, at least. I'm doing very well. I'm keeping my time occupied, doing my schoolwork, and just hanging in there, watching some TV, playing some video games. That's all you can really do. I just supported my local restaurant tonight and got some takeout, and it was some pretty good food. And even, it's a really good place called BJ's Restaurant and Brew House. They only have 2 locations right now in New Jersey, but I'll say they can make a mean meal. It was pretty good, and I was very satisfied. I cannot wait for them to open up again to experience the ambiance of the place again. No, because that would be called communism if they lock down states. They can make restrictions, but that's not. But locking down things would totally go against the United States Constitution because we're a free country. Yes, there are certain things we can't do right now, but as a nation as a whole, we are allowed to say, speak out, and do whatever we want. Now, yes, we can't go to malls and there's restrictions. Yes, there can be restrictions, but they can't just make us take our freedom away by doing a lockdown. So I think, though, the number one governor, and whether you're part of the GOP or you're Dems, I don't like to talk politics and stuff. I think the number one governor who I think has been shining really well throughout this pandemic has to be Andrew Cuomo. So I think he's the one that's really shining. And I think, he's getting a lot of attention. And I think the way that he prepares stuff, I think it's really good for people, who want to know the best knowledge of the pandemic in New York State. Now, Murphy, I guess, tries to take some cues from his buddy in New York, Cuomo, but I think Cuomo better presents it than Murphy, actually. So I think he's doing a little bit of a better job than Murphy. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. So that's all right, man. No, there's no late penalties on these live streams. You can join, you can drop in and drop out. I don't really shop at Best Buy unless I need a TV, which I already have a TV. Yeah, well, it hasn't gotten to the point where they're going to ask you to leave, but if you don't wear a mask in a supermarket, they're going to advise you to stay away from other customers. So, but yeah. Yeah, so by the ways, I want to show you guys the projections for the peak. This is on the COVID-19 website. So I want to go ahead and first start off with the country as a whole, and then we'll get to the rest of the single states. So let's go ahead and share the screen. Let's go to Chrome tab, COVID-19. One of my favorite stores is closing forever on Saturday. Which is your favorite store? I got my TV at Best Buy. Yeah, I think I got my TV. Actually, no, my TV not here. This TV back here, the Samsung. It was from BJ's Wholesale Club. And I used to have a 32-inch and a 40-inch. My family got a new TV downstairs. It's a long story, but I my dad's house. I have a beautiful LG TV, which I think my dad got me for Christmas at Costco. So, but anyways, so this right here is the COVID-19 projections. So remember how I was saying a couple of days ago we were halfway up the hill? Well, guess what, guys? We are now pretty much at the top of the hill. We're not at the peak of the hill, but we're pretty much at the top of the hill. Now, what this means pretty much, let me just make sure. Okay, I want to get the whole thing as a whole so you guys see it. What this pretty much means is we're almost at the end of we're at the light of the tunnel. Like we're almost at the end of there's a light at the tunnel. We're almost at the end. Not quite, but we're almost at the top. I think 2 more days, we'll have this little curve, it'll flatten, and then by April 15th, everything is going to change. By April 20th, we'll be here by May 1st. And the reason why this is in the middle is because this is for the rest of the country as a whole, with things in every part of the corner getting back to normal by June 1st, and no later than June 1st. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at states individually, starting with my home state of New Jersey. So New Jersey, we are pretty much at the top of the mountain. We got a little bit more to go, and then by that April 10th, April 11th sweet spot, we'll hit the worst of the worst, and after that, it'll be a nice big sharp decline all the way down to May 1st, and this is at the point where retail can start opening up again. Just for safety precautions, I might delay my Smith Haven trip about 2 weeks, but maybe I'll go the week after. I don't know yet what's going to happen, but I'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen for the time being. So let's take a look at New York. So New York has officially reached its peak. The death peak will reach by tomorrow. And then after that, things will start looking pretty good for the state of New York, with things most likely getting back to normal by May 1st. And kids probably going back to school, I can expect that to be probably April 30th, or they might just send them back May 4th, which I think is what every state in the tri-state area might do. As for Pennsylvania, if you're still watching this, let me know in the chat. So for Pennsylvania, they're going to have a much smaller curve, which is great. So their peak is expected in about 5 days, and we could see Pennsylvania getting back to normal. I would say probably May 1st, when there's this very tiny little curve left, or down the curve at least. So things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good, guys. Not to say let's go have a party, but things are starting to shape up where they're flattening. The rates are starting to slow down. So I think we're almost at the point. So do you like Circuit City? I never went to Circuit City. Yeah. Just a side note for anybody who is putting out personal information, this is not the place to do it. Just wanting to keep everybody safe. This is not the place to be putting that information out there. So if you want to go ahead and remove that comment, please do so. I'm not going to point fingers, but I would suggest you move that comment, because this is not the place to be posting that stuff. The link to the website? Sure. Let me get you the link right now. Again, I put it in the chat. If you guys want to check it out, go right ahead. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where I've been on that website every day, pretty much. I've been taking a break from Sears layoffs, and I've been living on the COVID-19 website. Yeah. So most of the graphs. Chevy Cruze LT Modern Red. I don't have a car yet. I want a car so badly, though. And that's referring nice though. 2016 Chevy Cruze. My brother had a 2016 Chevy Cruze too, but he got a Mazda a couple months ago, back in 2019. So, but damn, yeah, no, I definitely want a car. I want to try and get a car either this summer, or I would love a car. Oh my god. But I mean, personally, I'm a pretty good driver. It's just I need to get a job, a job, so that I could pay for it. But yeah, I would love to have a car. Oh man, I'd go to so many places with it. But yeah. So 1957, 1955 Chevy Bel Air. It's funny you say that. I actually had to do a recent homework assignment for school on a 57 Chevy Bel Air that was related to this thing called, it's for my next English assignment. It's really funny that you'd bring that up in the chat, actually. So, a rant about Eddie Lampert. Once the things with the virus calm down, I'll definitely have to do a rant about the man, unless he, so. So, yeah. Oh, that's a shame. Hudson Valley Where is that? Hudson Valley Harley Davidson. Oh, that's in Nanuet. So they're going to transfer the staff to the one in Maywood. I could see them being transferred to Maywood, or I think there's another Harley Davidson. I think there's a couple, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, probably Nanuet or Empire, the one in Westchester County. That's interesting. Hi, Ultra Eric. How are you, man? Oh, and hello, Scott. Sorry. Doo-wop. It's funny you're bringing this stuff up. This is like stuff I've been learning in school. I just learned the doo-wop. I think it's something that's on my. I'm in this intro to jazz class, and it's something I actually learned. It's actually really. It's funny you bring both of those things up because I'm doing this thing for my English class that's regards to Chevy Bel Air, and B, I'm actually doing doo-wop as part of my third test for my jazz class. It's really funny you bring those up in the chat, actually. It's like, oh man, I'm back in school already. Oh, funny. No, Walgreens is considered essential. They might just, the only thing that Walgreens can really do, and that's Walgreens, CVS, and any other pharmacy, they just have to limit the number of people in the building. So. Oh yeah, those have been done being modernized for a very long time now. Pharmacies, yes. No, they're not going to do grocery stores online. They're definitely not. They can't, because the problem is there's older people that can't physically, do that stuff. Oh, okay, Matt. Enjoy your dinner, man. Make sure to support takeout too if you can. But yeah, man. See you later. What else I got here? American Dream is shifting towards entertainment. No, American Dream right now is just closed. What a shame, though. That water park though looks absolutely insane. Brisket? Okay, that's nice. But yeah. So. Oh man. I did. It's on my YouTube account. Yeah, I'm sure. I Hate Escalators is going to put them up at some point. According to what he's put on Facebook, he said he's got a whole bunch of stuff that's backlogged. So that's good. At least he has stuff like in the backlog, which is nice. Well, I've been hearing some reports about Sears, JCPenney, and Neiman Marcus. They might not make it through the after effects of the pandemic. So, yeah, just make sure you stay away from customers. Then, my papa is. Just be careful and make sure to keep a 6. If you do go out with him, 6 feet social distancing is very important. But yeah, no, man. I mean, I'm you got to be concerned for your oldies because unfortunately they're the most vulnerable to the virus. Unfortunately, probably just basic Schindler ones. So. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Six Flags is just god awful. Like that's why I go to Hershey Park. You know, it's not owned by a corporate run, whether that's Cedar Entertainment or Six Flags. What I like about Hershey, number one, it's secluded. It's got its own special charm because not only is there the park, there's the chocolate world, there's the ambiance of the actual place it's in. It's like I wouldn't necessarily, you know, it's pretty close to the Pennsylvania Capitol, but it's nice. It's a very nice little cute, cute little theme park that you can spend a day at. There's a great They have a great water park. You know, they have a great theme park. They're going to be opening up a brand new, beautiful new coaster, which I cannot wait to ride. As you guys know, I'm a coaster enthusiast. Not a coaster enthusiast, but I love roller coasters. So that's why. So the meaning of the title, "We're almost at the top," basically means that New York is almost at the top, and us as a nation is almost at the top. Cedar Fair is a little bit better than Six Flags, but not great. I mean, I've been to Cedar Fair, the water park there. I mean, I'm sorry, Dorney Park. That's a Cedar Fair property. It's not terrible. I like Hershey's water park though better than Dorney Park. Dorney Park is kind of eh. I like Hershey a lot more. They have a better selection of rides, honestly. So, from New York State or Long Island? Long Island, depending on the region you live on Long Island, I'd say about 3.5 to 4 hours. Because from New York to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, it's about a 3-hour drive on Interstate 78. No, Cedar Fair is they're park owners like Six Flags. So who needs Neiman Marcus? You know, well, last call they're getting rid of Long Island Belmore. Belmore. That's near. I think that's near Huntington, I believe. Actually, no. It's right on the South Shore, right around pretty close to Westfield Sunrise. Let's see, Hershey Park. Yeah, about 3 hours and 30 minutes, most likely. Yeah, Mississippi. But yeah, it's pretty far. But yeah, one on the yellow roller coaster. The yellow roller coaster. That would be Sky Rush. Is Kmart out of a lot of stuff? And guys, I do apologize if I'm answering these questions a little bit off. Is Kmart out of a lot of stuff because of COVID-19? Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer right there. You know, Walmart, Target, and Costco, and Sam's Club, and BJ's, and ShopRite, Stop and Shop, and Acme, they're all out of stuff too. Do you like Universal? Yes. And I've been to both. I've been to Universal Orlando and I've been to Universal Studios Hollywood. The Hollywood park is not bad. You know, it's a small day trip. It's not a bad park. You know, it's more about the movies there, and you know, because that's where the Universal group is based. That's like their main home field. You know, if you're about attractions like me, I prefer the Florida parks because there's endless attractions. You got Universal City Walk, you got Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios Florida, then you got the nice big Volcano Bay water park, which is absolutely amazing. Like I love the Tapu Tapu system. I wish they did that at the DreamWorks water park because that's a Universal property. You know, pretty much what you would do is put your little Tapu Tapu band on, and you would scan it, and it would tell you'd be put on this virtual line. It was very cool when I went last year, actually, when I took a 737 on United from Newark to Orlando. Oh yeah, no, it's getting bad in Mississippi. Possibly. So yeah, it's kind of like Westfield when you know if you compare Westfield Sunrise versus Westfield Garden State Plaza, it shows you which properties Westfield cares about. Kind of like Simon too. That's a shame. Uh, well, that's probably because of the age. So, wow. Yeah, we only I mean, I have 2 Kmarts that are probably about a 20-minute drive. They're in Belleville and Kearney. Um, there is one in my county, but it's all the way up in Westwood, and it's a crummy one too. It hasn't closed yet because they didn't announce anything yet. So yeah. Well, like I said, their fate's gonna come next month after this whole thing with the virus calms down. Uh for people to encourage people to practice social distancing. That's why they had to close all non-essential stores in malls. Well, non-essential stores and malls. There are certain exceptions, like gun stores are opened, cell phone stores are open, for cell phone repair, and office supply stores are actually open too. Believe it or not, well, they're not closed, obviously, but yeah, they're definitely opened because they're considered essential because people need office supplies for their house, so they have to keep those open. The fruit markets are definitely open because people need produce. So I don't know as of right now what Sears' next move is going to be. It's most likely going to happen once they reopen up the stores after April 30th. So I don't know yet what's going to happen with the company. And if anything, it's probably going to happen right after Memorial Day weekend. What company do you think will buy all the Six Flags parks? It's a very good question. So I would definitely visit Newport and Rockaway, and definitely, well, yeah, I guess all three because they're all in North Jersey. Well, Hackensack, no duh, that's the closest one to my house. Rockaway definitely because I have not been to Rockaway since 2015. And Newport, yeah, I'd probably end up taking the train or something. I don't know who would buy Six Flags. Dunkin', no. Literally, you can only go to restaurants. And now I think, honestly, they're just bringing the food out to you. They don't even want you inside the facility. They just want to bring the food out and leave. Well, that's Eddie Lampert for you, man. Eddie Lampert sucks. He only cares about the profits. I'm not going to rant about him tonight because I want to get past this coronavirus madness. But once it's passed, I think Eddie Lampert deserves a nice big rant. And when it's quiet and family's not really around, I can start ranting about the man again because he really is a piece of garbage. That's the most appropriate way to say it. Six Flags. I have been to Six Flags maybe once, actually no, twice. Actually no, 3 times I've been to Six Flags. I think one in 2012 for this music thing at my other old public school, and then I went last year when I was in high school. Will you visit King of Prussia when COVID-19 is over? Probably not. I don't really have a desire to go down there unless someone said, yeah, man, I want to take you down to King of Prussia. Sure. And if I don't got nothing better to do, why the hell not? But still, So I have to drive up to downtown. Yeah. Yeah, drive-throughs and literally sit in your car and we'll give you food and just get out of here. So that's it pretty much. Me? I'm looking at May 2nd or May 5th to go out. I want to finish up Smith Haven. I'm looking at May 2nd or May 5th to go out to see Smith Haven. That's what I'm looking at though. But no promises. But it's long because in order to get to Smith Haven by train, I have to go through yeah, most churches are streaming online now. But regarding Smith Haven, yeah, I have to take like 3 different trains to get out there. I think I have to go. Well, no. The good news is the train junction, with AKA Secaucus Junction, it's pretty close to my house, so I can just drive down there and not have to wait for the train. But to go into New York, then I got to buy tickets for the Long Island Railroad. And then I got to change trains in Huntington from electric to diesel, and then I believe it's a 42-minute walk from the train station to the mall. And then I also want to see Macy's and Comac too. because that store is closing because they're getting kicked out by the landlord in favor of a BJ's Wholesale Club. Gotta love landlords though. They love kicking out old retailers. They're like, oh, let's put in a BJ's Wholesale Club. So, you know. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've always. I mean, I went to it a lot when I was growing up, definitely because I mean I have family in that area. So, and I really like they're friendly. Yeah, they have Allied Universal security, but at least they're much friendlier than the Allied Universal here. Allied Universal over there actually cares. Like they're a lot more caring, but here it's just they will shut you down if you're filming an elevator. So yes, they use Allied Universal, but at least their division of Allied Universal isn't terrible. I just know the division of Allied Universal here in New Jersey sucks. And when they team up with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, you get a shitty combination of a shitty company of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey and Allied Universal Security with their headquarters being in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. It's a really, really, really shitty combination. And sorry for my language, but it's the truth. So, but yeah. What would happen if you went in the stock room? You could get charged for shoplifting. Macy's and Comac is going to be closing in July with liquidation sales starting in May. And that all depends on how things with the virus go, obviously. But I would say in May. But yeah. No, Allied Barton is now Allied Universal. They've changed names. Changed names, but still same shitty security company. Whether they're Allied Barton or Allied Universal. Same crappy security company. Somebody already filmed it. I don't know. If the elevator's broken, sure. But yeah. The Land of Make Believe in Hope, New Jersey. No, I've not been to the Land of Make Believe. Yeah, you'll be able to go there. You'll have plenty of time. Well, almost at the top means yes, it's bad, but it's a good thing. So I hope Vic Van Dyke is okay. I think he's probably okay. But no, I've never been to the Land of Make Believe. I've heard of it. I've definitely heard of it. I think it's is it? It's a water park and it's a really weird water park and theme park in New Jersey. Actually, yeah, I mean it's like a small theme park parted with a water park. It's all right, I guess. I mean, I guess if you're looking for a thrill, the tickets here are probably not that expensive because it's a miniature kids theme park and it's a water park. It's all right, I guess. Doesn't really look like. I mean, it only looks okay. It doesn't really look like it's anything that's interesting. The only good thing looks like the tube thing. Yeah, you know what, guys? Let me show you. Sorry, I'm talking out of my ASS without showing you guys. So let me go ahead and show you on the map here. So, I mean, it's not a bad looking water park. It's definitely geared more towards kids, though. I'll have to say that. It's definitely geared more towards the youngsters, especially this part right here. It's all little kids' rides, and I probably would not go here and spend the day. If I was in the area and my friend wanted to just go see it, I'd say, yeah, sure, why not? It doesn't look like that great of a park. And, I think by the time you go down like a couple of these slides, I think you'd be absolutely bored out of your mind. Not the place I'd want to go. Sorry to say, but, unless I'm a certain type of age, I'd rather go there. But honestly, I mean, if I was that age, I'd probably go to Sesame Place because that's an even better park. So. My main park is definitely like Nickelodeon Universe and the DreamWorks Water Park, which I still haven't experienced yet, but that's coming soon. Yeah, it's way too small. Now, Speaking of theme parks, now that we're on this wonderful topic, he's 94 and old now, and I love old people. They're fun. They're interesting. That's a very interesting point to bring up. So my story with Nickelodeon Universe, and it's a pretty good one. The story of Nickelodeon Universe. So Nickelodeon, dogs are barking. Sorry, I got to put my headphones in. But I want to tell you all this story.
Is about Nickelodeon Universe. So it all began when American Dream opened up on October 25th, 2019. So I had to come home because A, I had an adjustment that day, and B, I had a celebration to go to for one of my friends. So obviously I wasn't able to go to the theme park that day, but that was okay because by then they didn't have a certain thing that I'm about to say. So the very next day, I went to American Dream Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So I live about maybe 10 minutes away from there. And I went to go first try and get a ticket, and they were like, oh no, we're sold out for the day. So then what happens next is we approach somebody by the gate, and I had a friend who I messaged on Facebook. We were going back and forth, and we were talking a conversation, and we were talking about, he got in, excuse me, didn't have to pay anything. And I'm like, how'd you do that? And he said there was a pass that was going around apparently that people could get in for free. And they had metered block times. So me and my dad were there, and we decided, why don't we take advantage of this? Because this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. We'll never get to do this again. So we go on a couple of rides, and then I leave the park. So I ultimately check out my phone and I check out my Snapchat, and I see a kid that's there from school. And I'm like, he's in the theme park. So what I did, and I took a very good approach at it, was I'm going back to Nickelodeon Universe. I got in an Uber, got to the park, went up the escalators, went right to the Nickelodeon ticket counter. And what happened was I spoke to one of the people and I said, can I talk to a supervisor? And I said, listen, here's the situation. I have a friend who's in here. And the supervisor was like, well, what's his name? I was like, Nolan. And he's like, all right, man, we'll take care of you. So I was like, wow, this guy literally just gave me a hand. And I was just like, holy man, shit, what did I just do? and I feel bad because everybody's like watching. And I'm just like, wow, this guy really gave me the hookup. And the best part was I stayed there until the park closed. Like, I did not leave. He left, I guess, I don't know. He wanted to go back home, but I stayed there until closed. Literally the best day ever. Like, I will never get another day like that ever. And that's my story of how I went to Nickelodeon Universe for free. Not once, but twice. Honestly, he didn't have a shot to win. And I hate to say that because I know people are pissed off about that, but he didn't have he didn't have a chance at winning the presidency. Hate to say it, but it's kind of the truth, unfortunately. So yeah, just from looking at the maps, it's not that great of a park for me. Like my favorite theme park is definitely Hershey Park. Like you got people saying, "Oh yeah, I love Six Flags Great Adventure." I think Six Flags, they don't really care about the park. I think their maintenance is very low. They don't really care. They'll just install anything to get more people in the door. They're going to really struggle, though, I think, this year. Hershey took a nice approach about it, and they're very, they're going to build a great big roller coaster. I mean, they may not have as many riders, but still, it's a great park. And I think Nickelodeon Universe is a great park, too. I think Hershey Park and Nickelodeon Universe are two really good parks. So, yeah. Oh yeah, Six Flags New Orleans. I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard many stories about Six Flags New Orleans. I've even watched, and I could recommend you a great video, Bright Sun Films. If you guys have anything that's abandoned, like that guy does a wonderful job with his videos. Like I do a solid job too, but man, Bright Sun Films, one of the best YouTubers out there who just documents abandoned stuff. And I got to give it to him. He has a following. I got to give it to him. Like, he works hard for what he does. He describes things, and I think it's just great. And personally, I've picked up a lot of cues from him, and I think he's a great person. And I really hope, he keeps exploring stuff for a very long time, obviously, until he can't anymore. But I think he's got a great life ahead of him, especially if he's going to be interested in that kind of stuff. I would love to meet up with him one day personally, maybe grab a cup of coffee or something. But that's just that's just pushing it a little bit. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Funplex, I think Funplex is more of an inside place versus an outside. Yes, they have a water park, but it's all right, I guess. I don't know. The DreamWorks water park is insane, though. I cannot wait. I'm gonna wait a little. I'm probably gonna not go till the fall. I mean, hence the coronavirus comes back. But I mean, the DreamWorks water park. Wow, that is a kick-ass water park. Like, that makes Volcano. That's gonna compete big league with Volcano Bay in Florida. So, and not to mention they're both Universal water parks. So, anyways. So, if you guys have any questions regarding next mall trips, make sure to leave it in the chat. So right now the plans are looking like Smith Haven and then Macy's and Comac. That'll be happening between May 1st and May 15th or 16th, as I will be beginning my summer session on May 18th. And Harrisburg Mall, expect that towards the end of June. It's the best I can do, guys, unfortunately. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big person. I didn't grow up going to Dave and Buster's. Most of the time, I went to Chuck E. Cheese because at the time, New Jersey had this really weird thing. Then when I was growing up, it was called this law that finally abolished by the former governor. It was this law where you could not have arcade games with liquor, and then they finally abolished the law, and now Dave and Buster's is legally able to open. That's why they had Dave and Buster's stores in like New York and near the borders, because you could not operate a Dave and Buster's in New Jersey at the time. The same too, but it tells you how much this state really sucks. Anyways, 1880s home. Wow. Okay. Cinnamon. That's kind of funny. Malls in New York, May 1st to May 4th. Some stores opening up May 1st, most stores opening up May 4th. That's what I could see. I highly doubt nothing else is going to open up earlier than that. I don't know about Kmart, Sears, and J.C. Penney if they're going to survive. Honestly, I think Sears and Kmart they're pretty much hanging on by a thread, and that thread's going to have to hang just for a little bit longer. But I could see the stores as a whole most likely closing by the end of this year. So, I mean, they're not they're all right, I guess. They're not that bad. So. I mean, they're not terrible. I mean, I kind of like the Disney Hollywood Studios and Disney's California Adventure. I've never been to the actual Disneyland theme park, but I've been to Disney California Adventure. I've been to Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and the Magic Kingdom. I don't really spend too much time in what's it called, Animal Kingdom, because there's a lot of animals and stuff. I mean, I'll have to get there eventually, but I don't know. I haven't been there in a very long time. Also, do you know what brand of elevators are Macy's and Comac? Those are 1964 Seaberg traction. That includes the passenger and the freight, or Frassinger. It's a passenger and then there's a Frassinger. Used to be a passenger, but now currently serves as one of the freight elevators in that store. It's a small store. It used to be a Stearns department store, and it was converted to Macy's in the year of 2001, and now it will be closing 20 years later. I'm still very sad though about Macy's at Hicksville. I mean, man, what a loss that building is. So, I mean, 1956 armor traction elevators, and then you got the 1956 Peely escalators. That's a shame. And I most likely think that building is going to be knocked down once the whole thing with the coronavirus is over. So, yeah, I think Six Flags Magic Mountain is the Six Flags Park of the West Coast, and I think Six Flags Great Adventure is the Six Flags premier Six Flags theme park on the East Coast. Yes. So Florida theme parks I could see opening up no earlier than June 1st. I hate to say that, but Florida just hasn't reached their peak yet. New York finally reached their peak. New Jersey is expected to reach their peak in about 3 days. Now remember, it's that 2 day period. You have the peak period and the number of deaths. So once you get past those two hurdles, you're on your way to the sharp decline. It doesn't just happen right away. It's the peak of supplies and then there's the peak of deaths. And after those two things hit, things start to go in the downward direction and normality starts to somewhat return. So, oh no, I'm glad I went there in February. I have no regrets about making that trip at all. I am so happy I went when I went. The only thing I couldn't do was Sears at Smith Haven, but that's okay. There's a video up already and I was able to get permission to use it, so yeah. Busch Gardens, Tampa. I don't know what that is exactly. Yeah, no, I have no regrets making that trip. That was one of the smartest things I did. I got up at 5 a.m. I got on a train, changed trains at Penn Station, got out to Long Island by 9 o'clock, walked around the mall, got in and got out. Now, what I should have done, one thing I should have done was visit Kmart at Penn Station. I should have taken the earlier train, and should have went right to Penn Station Kmart, if knowing that this thing was going to happen. But I still have something up, so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Macy's in Hicksville at this point is probably just going to get knocked down as a it's probably going to get redeveloped. Speaking of that, the Sears in Hicksville is expected to get redeveloped as well. That is going to be turning into a town center. As a matter of fact, I think it's on the Seritage Growth Properties website. I could show you that right now, actually. It was created by none other than the famous Eddie Lampert. You see, and this is what I like about Eddie Lampert. Yet he closes Sears stores, yet he turns around, sells the properties, and turns them into something profitable. So clearly he doesn't care. But that's Eddie Lampert for you. All right, let's take a look at the site plan. So let's go ahead and share the screen. Yeah, they're probably just going to knock the building down, most likely. No, Sears in Hicksville closed in 2018. Now, if Eddie got coronavirus, yeah, that's the beginning of the end for Sears. If Eddie Lampert died of coronavirus, Sears is pretty much done. Because, I mean, there's no other person that wants to keep it alive aside from him. He's the only one that cares. I mean, Larry Costello will just move and leave. So, but yeah, this is their current redevelopment plans for the former Sears in Hicksville. So it looks like there is going to be a little town square in the corner here, and I believe this is going to be some affordable housing. And then on the second level, you're going to have an iPic Theaters, which I guess is going to compete with the theater at the Broadway Commons Mall, and then a 24-hour fitness. So I think this is a very smart way to redevelop a former freestanding Sears and Roebuck store. I think if there can be affordable housing and a decent enough town center, I think it is going to attract some people who are living in the middle class. So I think this is a very smart plan, in my opinion, at least. So I don't know. I mean, I think he's the only one that wants to keep it alive at this point. I don't see anyone else. Oh, the thing I just showed, that was the plans for the former Sears and Hicksville. and they're putting in a whole town centers at 24-hour fitness and iPic theaters, the Chipotle, all that kind of stuff they want to put there. And it would actually have a really good flow with the Broadway Commons Mall. I think it would really fit like well, and Hicksville could be an up and coming area again. I know they're having some problems there, so this might fix that, hopefully. But a new train station doesn't mean the area is going to go up in value, but it's a bunch of political stuff. So, anyways, all right, guys. So we have reached the hour mark in this coronavirus update number 8. If you guys have any last minute questions, please go ahead and leave them in the chat, and just let me know if you have any other questions regarding the virus. I used to go all the time with my dad to the Sears in Hicksville. I used to go to the Sears and Paramus Park in Hackensack. I don't really go to Sears anymore unless they're closing and I want to take a final run on the elevator there. So I don't really go to Sears that much anymore. I typically my parents, they go to Costco, they go to Home Depot, Lowe's. I don't really go to Sears unless the location is physically closing, and it'll be my last time ever. But one thing I won't regret is going to New Brunswick, finally getting down there. So, and I'm glad I did Livingston too. That was another really smart move before this thing with the virus got insane. What I should have done is I should have went back out to Long Island, but the problem is for my college, it's a 3-hour train ride if you go all the way out there, and I wasn't about a 6-hour train ride. So, anyways, I got my refrigerator at Sears. Yeah. Do you go to Kmart? Not really. There's not too many ones left that have an elevator. The Penn Station one is closing, I believe, this Saturday. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I think there's only going to be one Kmart left in the elevator, and I think that's the Kmart in Astor Place. So, oh, nice, nice. Gardening is definitely something to do. My refrigerator. Oh, that's almost as old as me. You're making me feel old. I love elevators. You're making me feel old. Yeah, I used to have a Kenmore refrigerator, and then it finally went, so we got a new Samsung one. So, there's two of them actually, and Kearney and Belleville. Yeah, I think you can only go a certain amount. I mean, I would trust me, but the stores they really stink. Like they're not good smelling. I would, don't get me wrong. Personally, I really seriously would shop at Kmart, but they're not close enough. I mean, I had one in Lodi, but that closed in 2016. Ugh, my refrigerator is Kenmore. So, yeah, I mean, Home Depot and Lowe's aren't bad. Home Depot, I think, has better prices. I think Lowe's is a little bit more expensive, but the Home Depot, I don't know, it's a good trusted brand, and they're more. I like the orange because it feels really like industrial. Lowe's, I think they're blue. Not quite as nice. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think the Home Depot is more well known, and I think they have more locations than Lowe's. I could see a Lowe's Home Depot merger down the road, though. That would be interesting to see that, and then they just keep the Home Depot name. Yeah, more Home Depot definitely, but sometimes Costco too. I mean, like I said, my mom belongs to BJ's Wholesale Club, and my dad belongs to Costco Wholesale. So both parents belong to two different wholesale clubs. And honestly, Costco takes the cake. Great store, pretty much anything you need. Fantastic tasting pizza, and just a great place to be. I mean, not right now, obviously, because regarding the virus, but it's not a bad store, and I prefer that more than BJ's Wholesale Club. BJ's, I don't know, it's not the cleanest. I mean, I'm sure they're cleaning now because the virus, but it's not the cleanest. It's not my favorite place to go. It's only okay, and a lot of drunks in that parking lot. It's not my favorite place. I mean, Costco, it's in a really nice location. They got a big, beautiful Bergen County flagship in Teterboro. And they're in a really good shopping center. There's a lot of good restaurants to pick from in there. They have a brew house I just went to today. They got a Habit. They have a Panera, a Chick-fil-A, which I still want to eat. And I haven't even stepped foot in the Chick-fil-A because the drive-through and the inside's always freaking packed. So, anyways, Yeah, the Kmart in Lodi is still abandoned. Apparently, they're doing some kind of work on it, but that's going to be halted pretty soon because Governor Phil Murphy just announced that any non-essential construction work is coming to a halt as of this Friday. So that means the delay of the Riverside thing. They won't mod a 330A unless it's like a 330A from the late 90s. A 330A doesn't get modded. Typically not, but it depends on how the shape of the elevator is. So I don't. Yeah, I mean, I know, and the Chick-fil-A is not even 10 minutes away from me. But what can you do? Not really much you can do, unfortunately. So, anyways, I think we. Oh, 1899. Wow, that's a very long time ago. A 321A. I think there's a 321A in Mawa, if I'm not mistaken. There's also a 321A at the Macy's in Carl Place. That's a really cool one too. I can't believe Felicia never. Yeah, 321A. I could see why, because that's from like nine. That's like from the late '90s. Yeah, there's also Chick-fil-A at Westfield Garden State Plaza, and there's also a Chick-fil-A at Primus Park. I guess people are staying home. You know, they're just going where they need to go, and they're getting out. That's pretty much it. So, anyways, interesting. Hmm. Well, I guess you'll have to figure out a way to fix that if that's, you have to get that fixed. Hopefully it won't go bad right now, but you know. Hmm. A house jack, yeah, something like that. So, oh yeah, Matt, I saw that video of the Extended Stay America that got modded. Sorry about that. Yeah. Been growing out beards, not too much though. I do eventually shave, but since I'm not going anywhere, I haven't even done my hair. Like, I mean, I did my hair a couple days ago because I had a project due, but still, you know, kind of stinks. By the way, this is a little bit off topic. How are your online classes going? I know some of you may or may not have spring break, depending on which state you live in. But let me know, how are your online classes going? I know some people have spring break, some people don't. I know New Jersey students have spring break, New York students don't. It's a whole mess. So, but let me know how they're going. Let me know in the chat. I love to hear fans telling me how their online courses are going. Mine are going pretty well. I have 2 exams on Friday, so wish me luck. But yeah, I haven't gone outside in 2 weeks. I go outside, but only for essential travel. That's about it. I did walk around the block today, and I got dinner. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That's pretty much all I can really do, unfortunately. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, no, but I had a friend who just watched that movie today. So nice, nice, man. Enjoy. Listen, man, enjoy your time off. You know, I know it's not as easy, but listen, man, enjoy any minute you can get of being on break and stuff. And Matt, like I said, try not to watch the news too much. Just kind of relax. Maybe watch a movie, watch a TV show, because that's what I've been doing, honestly. And you know what? I've managed. I've honestly managed, and I feel bad for people who can't get outside of their house, but honestly, I've really managed. I mean, I'm not doing this forever, but soon enough, I'll be back out, and I'll be back out with my video camera and filming at malls again. So that's what I'm waiting. I'm excited for that day. I'm excited to take my camera and start filming again and posting new videos for you guys to watch. I can't wait for that again. So I had a test today. Yeah, I have 2 exams on Friday, and then I also have another exam too. I believe next Thursday. Nice. Well, you know what? Hey, listen, do that stuff in your neighborhood, and I think you'll be okay. So, you know, I liked hearing the crackle. So, I'm sure they'll be putting that on Disney Plus at this point. And you know what's going to happen if they start putting those movies on Disney Plus? Get ready for movie theaters just to start going out of business. There was a report. I read an article a couple days ago. Let's just say that AMC is not looking too good, and I think a big impact is going to be this virus. And I personally, I truly hate to say that, but AMC might not be around for too much longer, guys. And you know that doesn't just go for AMC. That goes for Neiman Marcus, JCPenney, Sears. You know, so it's unfortunate, but not really much you can do. So, well, I like DVDs and VHSs. Yeah, I guess it depends on what type of person you are. So, yeah, you know what? I mean, even before the outbreak, I've seen Kohl's stores pretty dead. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kohl's decides to close another bunch of stores. You're right. You are right about Kohl's, because Kohl's. I mean, and this is even before the outbreak happened. Those stores have been very quiet. Like I had a, I don't even know. I had a $30 gift card, and I had to use it for something. I got the belt at the Kohl's in Newport. I didn't film anything that day because what's it called? I needed to. I don't know. I need to be out of there quick. So, but yeah, Kohl's might be questionable too. So depends. It depends on how long the impact is. Movie theaters are definitely not opening up in May. They're definitely going to open up in June. Yeah, when I was a little kid, we had a combo player. We had a VHS and a DVD player. So we have a couple of 2-story Kohl's near me. We have the one in Paramus, which is a Montgomery Kone, the Newport Center in Jersey City, New Jersey, which is a Schindler 330A, and the Linden one, which is a Schindler telescoping. So we have about 3 2-level ones. Well, there is a freestanding 2-level one, but the only one that's Linden. The other 2 are connected in a structure. I think it's still kind of interesting though how New Jersey has one freestanding Lord and Taylor. I still find that to be very interesting, and all the other ones are literally connected to malls. So I don't think there's a single freestanding Macy's left in the state. I don't think. And Lord and Taylor in Ridgewood does not count. That is not a freestanding one. That was connected to a mall at one point. So don't go in the comments saying, "Oh, it's a freestanding one." No, that's not a freestanding Lord and Taylor store. That was connected to a mall at one point. Yeah, Target's not terrible. Walmart, they don't really take care of their employees that well. I mean, it's a great company. Don't get me wrong, but stores are kind of They're only okay. They're not that great. I mean, we have a super center in Teterboro, but I don't know. So yeah, Bala, that's a suburb of Philadelphia, Montgomery County, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, everybody asked me to go to Philadelphia. I'm like, I don't have any reason to go there. Maybe soon. So, oh, that's right. There is a Saks Fifth Avenue in Pennsylvania. That's right. I forgot about that. I totally forgot that there was a freestanding Saks Fifth Avenue in Pennsylvania. Wow. I forgot about that. Huh. Yeah, it really is a Saks Fifth Avenue in the middle of nowhere. It's not really like that's odd. Like, why would they even place that in the middle of like Philly? Just like so like random, very random. I'm sure. I do, but I don't watch 4K. A lot of my stuff I just stream. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was like just looking at it right now on Google Maps. It's literally there's no other it's not like in a retail sector. It's like in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of like Sears and Watchung or Sears in New Brunswick. So, oh man. Yeah, Pennsylvania's nice, especially well, there's two regions in Pennsylvania. There's the mountain part, and then there's like the farm, like the southern part. My favorite has to be the Harrisburg part, but that's just me. So, oh, nice, nice. Oh man. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead. Why hasn't Manny Pacquiao been posting for a while? He's probably trying to quarantine. That's a good question, though. I've seen his videos before. He commented on my Toys R Us video. So, yeah. I like the Harrisburg area of Pennsylvania, but maybe that's just because I've never been to Philly. So, all right, guys. So I want to give you guys a thank you for watching Coronavirus Update number 8. Oh, hello there, Photo Electric Elevator. Sorry, I'm just about to end my live stream. So, anyways, guys. So, thank you guys for watching. Hey, listen, I know this is a tough time for everybody, and trust me, this is a very tough time to be alive right now. But let's have some optimism. Let's have some hope. We're almost at the top of the mountain. Let's keep doing what we're doing for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And hey, before you know it, we'll be back out. I'll be back out at malls again. We can all film elevators again. Some of us can go do other things that we like to do. So let's just keep doing exactly what we are doing now. Let's not think of this as, oh, we can go back out again. Let's think of this as if we keep doing this for the next 2 to 3 weeks, our normality levels can come back sooner than you think. So let's keep doing exactly what we're doing right now so that we can have a great summer, we can have a great time, and things can just get back to normal. We'll get past this madness. Medical professionals will develop some kind of form of treatment, not a vaccine. That's probably about a year away, but there will be some kind of treatment that will be available by fall so that we don't have another coronavirus outbreak in the fall. Anyways, guys, that's about going to do for this video. Please make sure to wash your hands. Social distancing is very important. Make sure to stay about 6 feet away from someone you don't know. And please make sure to stay home. Now, if you want to go for a walk, you can go for a walk in your town. You want to bike ride your town, you can do that too. But make sure you are practicing social distancing. And I am going to strongly recommend that you guys wear masks when going out to the supermarkets or pharmacy stores or office supply stores or wherever. So make sure you guys keep practicing these things. And before you know it, we won't have to wear these masks and things can get back to normal. So anyways, guys, thank you again for watching Coronavirus Update number 8. I will keep you guys posted on the Q&A live stream for this Friday. If any of you are on spring break, enjoy it. And if you have any more online classes this week, then good luck. And I will see you guys in the next live stream, Q&A live stream number 43 this Friday. So anyways, that will be it.